Today we're going to have a close look at the 36 Noise Marines I'm painting for Nick's New Year Painting Challenge. Let's have a Noise Marines painting update. Oosh! Oh, saved by Slanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date with the Wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. And remember, I upload on a Monday, Thursday and Saturday every week. Okay, so I've put in 39 hours of painting since January the 1st for Nick's New Year Painting Challenge. I'm trying to get my Noise Marines painted. All helped by using the 1-1 painting ritual. Yeah! I've got myself into a position where I've nearly finished basing everything. Still got a couple of things left, and I'm going to need some feedback on those couple of things. Now, this Slanesh army means a lot to me, as I was found by Slanesh after a personal life-changing experience. Now I've put my heart and soul into this army, into the conversions, and now into the painting. So what I'm going to do today is have a close look at the models, and I'm going to run through my colour choices and how I got there.
Do you have a desire to be saved by Slanesh?
Okay, so now it's time to go table down and have a look at my miniatures. Okay, so here are my Noise Marines. So the first thing to note is anything which is currently black, I still need to go over with a black paint just to tidy up the areas where I may have gone onto the black paint, especially around the pink sections. The pink was quite messy work. I had to do 3 or 4 coats. Now regarding the pink, I took my time working out exactly where I was going to put it on the armour. I did quite a lot of research as well. Emperor's Children armour has changed over the years. The current armour seems to have quite a bit of pink. I've gone for a slightly older era, but not the really old glam rock design. So I've got a good mixture of black and pink. So, like I said, I worked out exactly where I was going to put it, painting one armoured plate at a time. Now, my Noise Marines are split into 6 units of 6. However, I can make them into 3 units of 12. And I wanted the paint work as well as the bases to distinguish which unit was which. So as you can see, I've got tentacles on the bases. I've got 1 unit of 12 with 1 tentacle, 1 unit of 12 with 2 tentacles, and 1 unit of 12 with 3 tentacles. I then proceeded to use the pink armour to distinguish the different units. Now each unit of 6 has a different shoulder pad on the right hand side. However, I didn't want to paint that shoulder pad the same colour, i.e. just pink or black. I wanted a nice mixture of the 2 colours. So what I did is I decided to paint their gloves the same colour for each unit of 6. So in 1 unit of 12 I'll have 6 of them with black gloves and 6 of them with pink gloves. A nice mixture, and when I split them down into units of 6 I can look at the gloves to work out which unit is from which, as well as the bases and the shoulder pads. So I shouldn't have any problems with that regards. Now, lots of these guys are magnetised, in particular the champions, and I did actually forget to put the champion there holding the guitar's backpack on. I'm going to talk more about the backpack and the guitars later in the video, because that's where I'm going to need some help for the next stage. In the meantime, here is a look at the back of the miniatures. I won't show you the back of all of them, just these 6. So as you can see, I've got a lot of gold on the Doom Siren of that champion. It's the Retribution gold. I originally had Battlestar gold on the other models in the units. However, I felt that that champion with that gold was just a bit too gaudy, so I actually introduced the Retribution gold into all of the other models. Just a little bit here and there, but every model has Battlestar gold and Retribution gold. I think that brings a little bit more of continuity between the different models. Now there is a little bit more detail to do on these guys. Things like the Slaanesh skin, I have to go in to the little claws and paint black. I also have to paint the eyes on some of the Slaanesh faces as well. There is my Necron on his pole. How about that? I've got to have a Necron in the army. You probably would notice as well that earlier in the video there was a Tau head. I actually painted that head in the old school Tau colours. My buddy, who sadly is no longer with us, used to have a Tau army. He used to be one of my opponents. And as I said, he's passed away now, so I put that Tau head on there in honour of him. Now you may be able to see some of these have got little bits of skin. That's just Cadian flesh. The idea here is the armour is being taken over by demons, but I didn't want to paint the actual demon skin as such on there because they haven't fully changed yet. So I've gone for the Cadian flesh. I'm going to wash it with purple and highlight it up to give that purple fill, but I wanted that to look different from their actual heads and arms, etc. Now, of course, I've got the traditional blue on their head dresses. That's the Emperor's Children blue, which most of the artwork has. Now, this guy coming around with another pole on his backpack, of course, I've painted that in Blood Angel's colour, so that's going to be my Dead Blood Angel, which I always have in my armies. And coming round here we've got this guy, which lets me talk about the bone colour. So I've painted the skulls with Ushabti bone and then the horns with Rakarth flesh. Obviously they need to be washed and highlighted, as everything has as well. Now coming round here we've got the actual Emperor's Children helmets that came in the upgrade sprue. Pretty cool head. There is another one of those as well in this unit, which I wasn't quite sure how to paint. I'll talk about that when he comes up. Right, this guy here, he's got two skulls on his head. I wasn't really too sure how to paint them. They don't seem to be actual skulls. I think they're ornaments as such. So I painted one gold and one silver. Let me know what you think of that. And then this is the guy, the other head that I was talking about. Again, I wasn't quite sure how to paint it. In the artwork, they've painted it in a flesh colour, but I didn't really want to do that because it didn't match the flesh colour and how I was using it on the actual armour pieces. So I've just left it black for now. The theme of my army is black cloth anyway, so it sort of works. Now, of course, all of these models are converted. I've got the Spellcrow pieces in there. I've got some old Chaos stuff in there, some new Chaos stuff in there. Just a good mixture. The little organ pipes on their backpacks were made from little tubes. I made those myself. But I'm really liking how they're looking. Each model is very unique. Now, some of the weapons are actually pinned just to make it easier to paint. I put the guns onto the arms for this particular video. However, in the last batch, when I was taking the arms back off again, I damaged the paintwork. So I'm not going to put the arms on anymore. Hence, this guy doesn't have a gun in place. Of course, he has it, I just haven't put it on there. Now, I need to add some green paint to the models. I'm thinking at the front of their sonic weapons, I'm going to paint that in a green glow effect. I have introduced some green on some of the other sections. There's some little horns which I've done in green on some of the models, and that matches my Demon Princess because, as I said, I want a bit of green in the army. Now, I have put some green in the icons of excess, their banners, so we'll have a look at those in a minute as well. Now, this guy coming round is supposed to be me. I am there screaming, "Ah! Saved by Slaanesh." Okay, so let's have a chat about the backpacks here because this is where I need some help and feedback. As you can see, in the middle of their backpacks there is actually a demon face of some description. Now, what I need to know is that supposed to be part of the backpack, i.e. just an ornament? Or is that supposed to be the backpack changing into a demon? If it's supposed to be changing into a demon, I'll paint it in that skin colour. If not, then how am I going to paint it? Probably with gold and silver, seems like the logical option. However, I might introduce another colour into that backpack, depending on how I'm going to paint the guitars. Okay, so next are my icons of excess. So I've got 6 in total for when I have 6 units of 6. If I have 3 units of 12, 3 of these are magnetised and come off. The more elaborate ones, however, are the main icons. I'm really happy how they came out. It took me a long time to work out the colours. I definitely wanted a bit of black on there. I went for purple Slaanesh symbols. There's actually no other purple colours on these models apart from obviously the skin. So really liking how they look. Let me know in the comments box below. Of course I've got those Slaanesh faces which are coming through. Once those are washed and highlighted, hopefully they'll look pretty cool. Now you can see this banner coming round here. It's got a green cloth, hence adding the green into the models. So these are the magnetised ones. When I take the magnetised banners off, I can put those little sections on and then they can become just normal guides. I'm also going to show you the back of these big banners here. As you can see, I've got the little spikes coming out of that metal section. I wasn't quite sure what to paint. I was going to paint those spikes in black, but I went for gold in the end. I think it works. It's come out quite well. However, one thing you've probably noticed I haven't talked about yet, that's the guitars. So let's have a talk about them next. Okay, so the guitars. So I haven't painted them yet. I wanted to get a good feel of how the models are going to look before I put colours down on the guitars. Now I am a huge Prince fan, and I thought in honour of Prince I would paint these guitars in some of the colours that he's used over the years. So I'll probably have a white one, a purple one, a yellow one, a peach one, a blue one. I think that would be a nice touch to the army. It will make it a bit more personal to me. And I think the bright colours of the guitars will add an old school glam rock element to the army. Okay, so this is how they're looking all together. Next up, I've got to paint the guitars, paint the faces on the backpacks, and then go over everything that is black, just tidying up all of the black armour. And then I'm ready to wash and highlight them. Okay, so there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments. And if you're not subscribed yet, start now. Hit the Idic Beer icon. And if you want to find out more about my double one painting ritual, then check out that video just there. It's really useful. Beam me up.